Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction to Beastars Season 1, Episode 1. Don't know what this is about, and I kind of like it that way. Normally we might read a synopsis or something, but the only things that I know about it, I don't know if you know anymore, but it's it looks like it's set in a high school. It's CG, it's dramatic, it's I know that it kind of gets intense at times.
It has warnings for both nudity and smoking.
Yeah. So
I don't know what nudity means in a show where all the characters are animals, but interested to find out, I suppose.
Me either. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't. A lot of people have said that this was a really, really good show, and I'm excited for it, but I'm also kind of terrified. It seems, I don't know, because it's relatively uncommon, unless it's a show that we're watching week to week, that I don't know what's going to happen. And that there's it's really well known, because I've seen a lot of stuff, and a lot of the reactions are either I've seen the show and Lindsay hasn't, or we're watching it week to week, so nobody really knows what's going on except for people who know the source material. This is a case where it's a really popular show, and I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen. I'm actually kind of freaked out.
Yeah, so. I don't know why. I was so.
Are you reading the description?
No, I don't know why I'm getting so excited. Sorry, let me restart. I have wanted to watch this show pretty much since it came out, I think. Because it's on Netflix, so of course when it came out, they have the little picture, and they're advertising it every time you go onto Netflix. It's oh, look at this. And I've wanted to watch it for a long time, but we never watched it. And then we started the channel, and we still never watched it. And then people started recommending it, and I was like, yes. and then it got on the poll last time, but One Punch Man was also on that poll.
For some reason, you decided to put One Punch Man on there, even though I told you that this wouldn't win.
Well, because I wanted to do polls with the highest voted thing, but now we've realized that probably separating them into action and not action might be the better way to go if we want to keep a variety and still keep the polls fair. So anyway, but now I'm getting a little bit nervous. Carson, I was so excited, and Carson keeps being don't get too excited or else you might be disappointed. And then I'm well, I can't be too excited, but I'm still,
It's good to be excited, but I always find that, when I don't know, if you go into something with, too high of expectations, you're not going to be experiencing it for what it is. I don't know. So.
That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're just going to get right into it. Nothing really to say. You can get a week ahead on this show and many others on our Patreon, but we hope you guys subscribe and stick with this journey with us, and leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. And this is not a market substitute. It's a Netflix exclusive. You can watch it on Netflix. We're providing our reaction and review. We're not trying to provide a free copy of watching the show. Go to Netflix for that. But we do supply some of the footage in the reaction in order to give context to what we're saying. So, I guess we're just going to get right into it. Beastars, Season 1, Episode 1. Let's go. I'm going to assume that because this is CG, it's generally a good idea not to watch a dub for CG shows. The mouth movements are more accurate to what they're actually saying. Instincts. Instinct to protect, it seems like? Or instinct to kill?
That's kind of cool. Oh.
Whoa. I like that. The light outline. I wonder how much the beast nature of these creatures is going to... Is it a bear? I wonder if what the metaphor is. Is it gonna be like some like racism? Is it gonna be like, you know, what's the divide here? I wonder if it actually was one of the carnivorous students. I imagine it was. Those teeth looked pretty like carnivorous.
So if they're carnivores, oh, they have a seafood veggie plate. Okay, so I was just gonna say
Fish don't have feelings. Anyone can eat fish.
But if they're carnivores, are there like, do they have like farm animal? Like, do they have non-human type animal?
Yeah. I wonder. I don't think so. I think that's the answer. Is it's fish. Fucking rodents. Was it that guy on the left? That tall, like, bear-looking motherfucker? This is really, like, tame. This doesn't feel like an anime. I love how they're setting it up. He's not gonna... I highly doubt this guy is the fucking killer.
I don't think he has the same ears.
No, he doesn't. But they're, like, setting it up like, ooh, he could be.
Mm-mm.
I love how they're not showing the face of the guy that I thought it might be. Oh, 2D. It looked like. He's confessing. Oh. I see.
That's really sad.
I just realized.
What?
I'll say it in a second. So he feels kind of guilty, it seems like, for being what he is. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, Mr.
I already
President.
hate this guy. Just the music, I feel like, says it all.
Nice rack, Mr. President. He's perfect. Elegant. Why do they say Ruis?
He's the star of the club.
Oh, so he's in the drama club.
Yeah, he's like an awesome actor, they said earlier.
I was going to say, I was wondering if all the girl students were herbivores and all the guy students were carnivores,
Yeah,
but
no.
it doesn't seem like it. There's a couple of, asshole. Like, what? What a dickhead move.
So mean.
And, like, they just announced, like, what? It's just extra shitty that they just announce themselves as being fucking assholes. What the fuck?
Oh my god, they're such bitches.
There's gonna be dirt all over the fucking mattress. That sucks. Do you have a poster of the guy? Why is everyone such a fucking asshole? Like, why is everyone so, like, upfront about being an absolute piece of garbage to everyone? Like, they just announce themselves as a total fucking piece of shit. Again. Whoa. Whoa.
私の悪口学校中にまき散らしてる暇があったら早いとこ彼とより戻せば。はあ？どの口が言ってるの？事の発端は勝手にキスしてきたのは彼の方よ。そうする。どれほどの価値があるのかしら。
Ow. What?
よく聞いて。
Fucking joking me?
絶滅危惧種のハーレクイン種同士のカップルだったらあなたとはレベルが違うの。
Fuck off.
ルイ先輩。明日の投資までにこいつに合わせて直す。ロイがテムの代役だ。昨日のリーダー会議で決まった。なあ。はい。ここで出会うとは皮肉だな。水のせいオーディ。稽古だ。オーディのセリフを。すみません。まだ。どうした？口を開けてみろ。なあ、台本を食っちまったのか。君たちヤギの能力といったら髪を食うことくらいだろ。こんなところでそれを発揮されても困るな。明日までには必ず。先輩、どうしてテムの代役がゾーイなんです？オーディションでは俺とテムが最終選考でノックをしろ。外に出てろ。台本を叩き込め。はい。おい、なんでお前がここに？美術チームの下っ端だろ。ああ、じゃあ俺も失礼します。いや、言いていい。カイ、レゴシとは仲良くしておけよ。今後同じ美術チームで頑張るんだ。お前を役者チームから下ろすことが会議で決まった。これからは広報美術チームで裏方として支えてもらう。2年役者チームに在籍してお前が成し遂げたことといえば
It's fucking high school. What are you talking about? What a piece of shit.
逆にこっちが聞きたいよ。なぜテムの代役を勝ち取れると思っていたの？役者の安全第一。裏方の大切な任務なんだ。彼は主役だよ。彼。んだよ、てめえごときが。ああ、いや、バカらしいな。やめておいてやるよ。ボンボンはいいね。一生守られてろよ。何見てんだ。 を避けるために牙を見せつけると意外だよ。普段草木のような君も獰猛さは秘めているらしい。
Who the fuck do you think you are?
君は思ったより話が分かりそうだ。来い、今夜行動に忍び込んでゾーイに稽古をつける。え、無許可使用がバレたら。だからお前が見張るんだよ。
I don't like this plan.
断って地味にヒーロー気取りするつもりか。ねんだね。僕の足一本でもくれてやる条件なら君がよだれ垂らして引き受けてくれるんだろう。
Yaoi fans already going crazy.
少しは悪くなって悪つけようぜ。
I just want to say, I feel like I'm still really attached to the murder mystery that's happening right now, but nobody else seems to be at all. Seems like everyone's already forgotten about that. They're already just moving on with their lives when he died, like, yesterday.
I wonder how often anything like that happens.
It must happen a lot, I would assume. Otherwise, I don't understand why people are moving fast, so quickly.
They're being extra strict because someone just got killed.
そんなところでそれは俺の方か。
What is that? A good smell? Maybe I'm watching too much ReZero, but this looks bad to me. Whoa,
Whoa.
X-ray.
草食動物。
Oh, it's like making the shape of a rabbit. Whoa!
Whoa.
Her scent has awakened his latent ability. What the fuck? Is that like his predatory instincts?
そうこの世界で勝者になるのは
To conquer this world?
こうやって本能をむき出して生きれちゃうやつよ。私はいつも敗者にすらなれない。はあ、私のことなんかもうくれてあげる。ただこのしょうもない人生でも逃げる意味とか怖くて泣きたいとかそういうのちゃんとあったってこと。あなた分かってくれる
What did you think of that one?
Interesting.
Really
I
interesting.
Can't quite I can't quite put together the metaphors that are going on
Me
just
either.
yet. Everyone in this school seems like an asshole.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I think it might be the style. I've noticed that, like, more and more. That, like, bullying as portrayed in at least anime, if not... Because I don't have much experience with drama. Like, or other Japanese or, like, Eastern works. But in anime specifically, and I assume, like, culturally there, bullying is more overt. Whereas in the West... We more, like, portray it as a little more subtle, usually.
I don't know, because you don't watch, like, you probably never watched a lot of, like, high school, like, movies or, like, shows, because I would say over here, they portray it way more overtly than it is in real life whatsoever.
I suppose.
So I don't know if that's just, like, a cultural thing.
By overt, I mean, ha, you piece of shit. Look at you! Like, I guess, like, yeah. Now that you mention it, it's not. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, it's always
necessarily
like the popular
thing.
girls like coming with their purse and being like, "Huh?
But it's
where did you get that shirt?"
But if
The
you're talking
garbage?"
if you're talking about Mean Girls, for example, that's like it's part of the joke that it's so overt.
Yeah.
It's part of like it's. I think that because maybe we've made it more of a topic to contend with culturally over here. It's more of a, like, we portray it differently. We've kind of moved past that like, obvious thing. I don't know, maybe it's not a cultural thing. I guess I've just noticed it more in anime, that it's usually, they're bullying in a way that's, like, so unrealistic. But I don't know if that's part of the point. Like, because the dynamics that they're talking about are maybe different. I don't know. I guess it all ties into the metaphor, and that's the part that we don't really know yet. Because I don't understand what like the I didn't get a thesis out of this one, and I'm fine with that. But and I'm sure that there'll be more going forward. But I just want to know what about them being portrayed as animals is going to bring to, like, what the story is trying to say like morally or metaphorically about like the world. Like how does the fact that they're animals how is that going to contribute to the greater story in a way that's less plot and more like a statement is what I'm thinking, because there's clearly something building there, and it does have some kind of importance, like the fact like the herbivore versus carnivore thing. Is it just your ability, your aptitude? Is it your station in life? But it doesn't really make sense, because Ruis is a herbivore. He's a stag.
Yeah, but then he has like the horns, and he's like
he's like
larger.
They were talking. I know. I understand what you're saying. They were talking about carnivores and herbivores.
Yeah.
He's not a carnivore, so like it's not the same as, like it's not like a class divide or like a.
Here's the thing, though. It seems to be that the carnivores are actually the lesser respected group, because people are afraid of them, and they eat other people. So they're just like, so it's like, you guys are all kind of just you guys are all murderers, so we're better than you, and you have to like check yourselves and not kill us. It doesn't seem to be like the herbivores are in the weak, like politically in this world. It seems like the herbivores are like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't understand how you got that, because
I don't
because
know.
Ruis is the top guy.
No, and just because like they talk about like trying to make it okay. Obviously, the carnivores know that they're like, if they're not going to eat someone, they would have no problem being around herbivores.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that can control that, but the herbivores might be like, no, stay away from us. Like, especially after the student got killed, and then they're like, no, we don't feel safe around here anymore with all of you guys, because we're not the ones who are gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Okay.
We're the ones that need to be protected, because you are the problem citizens.
Okay. That makes sense. I guess it just, like, the disconnect I think comes where I'm trying to figure out how that applies to real life. How does that apply to real life? Because and it might be something like race, maybe, if they were going for that kind of commentary, but because it's Japan and they're so like, they don't have the kind of like mixed different cultures and ethnicities that we have here in the West, so they don't who knows? I don't know. But, like, generally they don't look at things the same way or address things the same way that we do here, because they haven't had the same history. So maybe there's something to do with that, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to apply to real life. I'm excited to figure it out. But yeah, I guess I like, okay, how about this? Rather than questioning what we saw, I really like what's going on here. I guess that's why I'm talking about it so much like this. Because I actually like stylistically, it's really good. It's really well animated. It's really, really well made. Yeah, I don't know. It's really well done. I was just taken aback by the like I said, there was a literal murder here, and everyone is already moving past it like it didn't happen.
Well, it doesn't seem to be like that much necessarily like it didn't happen. Like all the herbivores are like, oh, I don't know if I want to be walking around alone at night.
Yeah.
Or maybe they shouldn't be the actors in our play anymore, because why should they be? It could have been them. And I do actually find it interesting as well how it seems like, because I believe the two like mean girls with the Harley Quinn exotic rabbit.
Harlequin.
Harlequin.
The bone apple teeth over here.
The Harlequin rabbit has like two.
The Harlequin.
See, I don't say characters' names because I'm scared of saying them wrong, and then you say, no, it's fine.
It wasn't even a name. That was just an animal. Like, Harlequin.
Well, I've never seen that kind of rabbit before.
Harley Quinn is a play on words of the word harlequin. Anyway,
so she's like a rabbit, right?
Who's a rabbit? Anyway, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure those two girls that were with her were like some kind of like
weasels or something.
Weasels, like carnivores.
They might have been cats, but they didn't have pointy ears. Regardless,
but
anyway.
either way, they looked like they were carnivores.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing this thing of like the girls tend to have friends that are carnivores that like even still like they're like oh yeah, it seems like the girl characters feel more at ease with like girl carnivores, and that might be because of the size. They seem to be in similar like some of the girl carnivore characters that we've seen seem to be around the same size as a rabbit character, like a weasel character and a rabbit character seem to be similar sizes, such as like the stag character and the wolf character are similar sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess it's just an interesting social dynamic that's going on, of being afraid. It's like all carnivores, but like not some of them if they're my friends and I trust them. But even if other people are my friends, I still don't really trust them if they're a lot bigger than me potentially. You know, it seems like there's a lot going on, which I think is what makes it hard to like really pick up the full like theme or message from this one episode.
Yeah. Because
not only is there like the herbivore versus carnivore thing, then there is also a hierarchy within each species of each type of herbivore.
Each species?
Like
with the rabbits?
Of animal, yeah, like
I don't think that's what they're going for with that. I don't think it has to do with species. I think that's part of the reason why they're using the whole animal thing is that the different like the different animal that they are represents like that's why I was saying class earlier. It might be something like that, or ability, or prestige, or whatever, or like where you start out in life has to do with that. So like because she's that bitchy character, it's more like they're using a story, and and that's why it's like I'm really trying to figure it out, because like it seems like they're using a story that just has nothing to do with animals, and they're just grafting animal stuff on top of it. And I really hope that's not the case, because that seems like kind of a cop-out. That seems kind of lazy. That seems like just a way to spice up a normal story that could have just been told normally, but using this as a way to make something like that different. And there's something to be said for that artistically. It could turn out to be something really good. But I think it would be way cooler if they used this as a way to influence the way that the story moves, or what it's trying to say, rather than it just being, oh, well, she's the bitchy character, so she's like a special, and she thinks she's like all special or whatever, and she's popular, so she's going to be like a really beautiful animal, as opposed to this like underdog character, which is like a really common, she's like normal girl, basically not like, you know, someone you can root for, but not like incredibly special in any way, at least on like first glance. So we're gonna make her a dwarf rabbit to like convey that. While that's interesting, it's not doing a whole lot. It's just it just comes down to character design and like basic presentation on screen. I would rather it be, and I think it will, and I hope it will be something that actually contributes to like the message that's being said and the story that's actually being told, rather than, because like if a guy was killed on campus, he could have just been killed on campus. It doesn't have to do with like eating or like carnivore versus herbivore. You could make that distinction in a different way depending on the story that you're telling. So I just hope that they didn't just graft animal forms and like furriness onto something that's like a relatively normal story. That's what I'm hoping, and I think they will. It seems like they are moving in a different direction, but I don't know. And it's also difficult because we're going into the first episode and we're talking so much about like such little information. It's probably worth it just to move on. But last thing I want to talk about was this. What the fuck happened here? What does that mean? Like with him smelling the rabbit girl and then getting all crazy. What does that mean? You know, like does he is that like is there like a sexual metaphor here going on, because he's like is that why he's like so reserved? Does he know that he has this like demon within him that is like super predatory and shitty? And in that case, is it like a sexual thing? Is it you know, what is it? What's the deal with that? What's the greater story that's being told? What does him being a wolf who doesn't like who doesn't want to identify with that side of him? What does that say about the story? What are they trying to say about like people in the world is what I'm wondering with that, and I hope that we go into that further as we go on, and I think we will. So that's what I was thinking. I was originally thinking that maybe the males were carnivores and the females were herbivores, because at the beginning there wasn't, the only one that would have gone against that was the guy who was killed, and then everyone else up until we saw the stag guy was all the males were carnivores and all the females were herbivores, it seemed like.
Yeah, I guess it's... Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with, like, if like, a personality thing has to determine it. But I guess I'm just wondering because she, like, the main girl, she's, like, talking about how everyone sees her as, like, everyone either wants to eat her or protect her. Kind of, like, you know? So... And then they find out that she's not, like, she doesn't match her appearance. She's, like, her own person doing her own thing. And they don't really like that. So then they leave. And I wonder, yeah, I guess I'm just interested to see that aspect as well.
I guess we'll see more as we go along. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want, you can subscribe. You can see a week ahead for this show and many others on our Patreon, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff happening over there. But we hope you enjoyed. We hope you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council.
Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Christian Bay,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Xiao Lao,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Nick Psycho,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Thelmus Celetius,
Brandon Bruce,
Yankee,
Vanonian,
Yuki Ali,
Mord Tarragon,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Agnew,
Lolly Convict,
Redacted,
Zachary Porth,
Mohammed Burnham Ahmed,
Michael E. Zabel,
Callum Forsyth,
Nicholas Woody,
Soma Yukahara,
Dogs Free,
It's Your Boy Dom,
Christian Nielsen,
Phantom,
Quant Tuggle,
Proyectos Informatica,
Sugar Daddy Alex,
Tara.
Hunter Wayne Germany. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.